Hello, Nonprofit Connect members. As a part of our Nonprofit Coffee Break series, I typically will sit down with a different nonprofit leader each month and learn about their experiences and how they're affecting our sector. But like so many of you, we're staying at home and staying safe. So this month, we're connecting virtually. And I'm so excited this month to be sitting with Susan Wally, President and CEO of PrepKC. Susan, thank you so much for being here today and joining us.
Well, thank you, Luann. I really appreciate the invitation. Looking forward to the conversation.
Oh, me too. So let's just kind of get started. And I want you to start off, first of all, well, we'll be spending most of our time chatting about you and getting to know you and your career path. I want to start off by just learning a little bit more about what is PrepKC. Tell us about it.
Yeah. PrepKC is an organization, obviously a nonprofit, but we behave kind of like an intermediary. We work with 6 urban school districts and work on the way high school particularly, but K-12 education works to prepare urban kids for more access to post-secondary education and more awareness and preparation for the good jobs in the Kansas City region. So we really think of ourselves as kind of an opportunity pipeline that supports and coaches in the school so they can add strategies and add structures in the high school especially that creates much more opportunity for kids who go to urban high schools.
What a wonderful service to help kids get a better start in their education, right? And to be able to be more prepared for the workforce and the careers of their future. Susan, does it make you feel when you know that you're helping a kid?
Well, it's a pretty darn good feeling, but I think all of us would say that, and not just educators. I just think so many people, respond to that opportunity to do something meaningful. And I think most of us have had people in our lives. If you look back, you get more reflective as the years go on, and you look back and you think, just little things certain people did where they pointed out something I was good at, or they just opened a door for me and suggested I join this club, or I take this course, or I explore, a pathway. Those become, you look back and see those were pretty instrumental in some of the opportunities that opened up for us. And so, I think we're all in that business on some level.
Let's shift a little bit to the other side of this then. What would you say is one of the larger challenges that you've encountered? Because it's not easy, right? The work that we do every day, helping our organizations in the nonprofit sector, what do you say is like one of the challenges that you probably struggle with the most?
Well, I think, I would be remiss if I just didn't say, as a nonprofit leader, fundraising is always a challenge. When you work in public education, as I did early in my career, I wasn't raising the funds to do my work. I was just figuring out the best way to do my work. And similarly, when you work at a foundation, you are very responsible. There's a lot of stewardship responsibility for those resources, but you're not raising those resources. And so when you get yourself to a place, into an organization where you're doing both, you're designing and implementing and evaluating your program side of the house, but you're also raising the funds to do those things, it's probably one of the more challenging jobs out there on some levels. It's probably not too much different than a business owner who starts a business and has to produce a product and manage a bottom line. And I see some similarities there, but I think just being ready for the challenges of fundraising is one of the important points of preparation probably for a nonprofit leader. And it's certainly a learning curve for most of us.
They say that oftentimes we learn the most when we're in an uncomfortable or awkward situation. Mm-hmm. We're stretched to learn and grow. And currently we're in this weird, awkward, uncomfortable situation known as a pandemic. So how do you think this is going to affect the education?
It'll have a profound effect on education. It already has, and it will continue to. We now will have to be ready to engage more virtual learning well, and that's going to be a big challenge for us. There's still a lot of work to do in that area. I think also it's probably going to have somewhat of a lingering effect on philanthropy. to have been, kind of shut everything down and have to think about people out of work and the kids that are often in the communities we work with at PrepKC, the food scarcity issues, the inequities of not having devices and connectivity, having internet and hotspots available to them. So I do think educators are going to have to think more about how they provide those things when they can't be in person. And I think nonprofits will probably also have to, along just expanding the field of education out to all nonprofits, have to think about being able to deliver in a variety of ways. I just think we'll all have to keep our knees bent for a while. And as you said earlier, be innovative, be ready to think differently and be more creative about how we receive and acquire the resources to do the work we want to do.
What do you do for fun?
This?
Talking with Luann and having coffee?
And actually, I'm only partly kidding. I don't do anything very exciting. Since the shutdown happened, I got my bike out and pumped up the tires, and I really do love to ride my bicycle, take long rides on the bicycle. I have 3 dogs, and so we live on a little piece of acreage, so just playing with the dogs out in the meadow is pretty fun.
Awesome.
Just those kinds of very simple things, nothing like skydiving or anything like that.
So in that same vein, what do you like better, sweet or salty?
Oh, I'm afraid it's going to be salty. I mean, give me some really wonderful French fries and stand back. And so,
what else do you want us to know about you or PrepKC?
If you are to go upstream and prep and try to find a place where you could solve every problem in the world, it's education. And so, that's just the way I think of education as a real upstream solution to so many issues in our world that we're struggling with. But I know that won't surprise you to hear Susan Wally talking about education.
But it goes back to you having fun, right? So you can tell that this is fun for you. It's hard work, and hard work can be fun when you're really passionate about the mission.
Luann, thank you. It's an honor to do that work. And thank you so much for this conversation. It was really fun.
Right. Well, there you have it. Susan Wally, PrepKC. She is a jewel. She is a gem. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you all for members of the Nonprofit Connect. And we hope to see you next month. Bye-bye now.